Hello, NFL fans. Welcome to the very first episode of NFL Picks with Dave. I'm your host, Dave, and today we'll be talking about what my picks will be and what the score will be. I'm starting with Thursday Night Football with the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Green Bay Packers. The Packers won last week against the Denver Broncos 27-16, while the Eagles lost a heartbreaker against the Detroit Lions 24-27. My overall prediction is that both teams will fight hard and the offense will score a ton, but in the end, Aaron Rodgers throws a classic Hail Mary to one of his receivers for the win. My final score, Green Bay 30, Philadelphia 26. Okay, we're now moving to the rest of Week 4. My next prediction is the LA Chargers over the Miami Dolphins. Now, I don't think that this game will be a big blowout because the Chargers have been struggling lately, and this cost them the game against Houston with the score of 27-20. The Dolphins have it worse than LA though, losing to the Dallas Cowboys 31-6. I predict that the Chargers defense will have 3 turnovers, including a pick 6. But the Dolphins will fight hard to make the game come down to the wire. Then a last-minute turnover committed by the Miami offense will seal the game for the Chargers. My final score, LA 30, Miami 23. My next prediction is the Ravens and the Browns in a runaway game by the Ravens. Despite losing to the Chiefs, I think that Baltimore will kill the Browns with a score of 35-14. Although the Browns played well last week against the Rams with a score of 20-13, I think the Ravens will be too much for Cleveland. The Baltimore defense will have some nice turnovers that will propel them to victory. My next prediction is a very hard one. It's the Patriots over the Bills. Now, I know a lot of you hate the Super Bowl champs, but I think that the Patriots have a stronger offense and a good defense than the Bills. Their last 2 games are big wins. The Bills, even though they're undefeated currently, I don't think they'll have the power to stop Tom Brady and company. I think it will be a battle. The 2 teams score a lot, but the Patriots will sneak away with a field goal. My final score, New England 23, Buffalo 20. My next pick will be the Texans over the Panthers. I think this one will also be a runaway game because the Texans are at home. The Panthers struggled a lot, and Cam Newton has been banged up recently. My final score is Houston 27, Carolina 13. My next picks are the Colts over the Raiders with a score of 24-15, the Giants over the Redskins score 24-23, the Lions over the Chiefs with a score of 28-26, and the Falcons over the Titans score 24-20. Now, let's move to the late games. I picked the LA Rams over the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Rams will dominate on defense, and their defense will lead them to a 30-7 win over Tampa Bay. My next pick is the Seahawks over the Cardinals. The Seahawks and Cardinals lost frustrating games last week, but the Seahawks will rebound, and Russell Wilson will lead Seattle to the 20-13 win. This pick is a little challenging. The Broncos versus the Jags. I think the Broncos will pull this one out because they'll be tired of being winless. This game will be about who makes the least mistakes. I predict late in the game, score tied, the Jaguars will throw an interception to Denver, and this will set up a field goal with a score of 20-17. This next pick is also challenging. I pick the Vikings over the Bears because the Vikings have a better offense and the Bears' offense is not that good. I predict that this game is going to be a defensive showdown. The Vikings score a field goal with a score of 13-10 over the Bears. Now let's move on to the final 2 primetime games to wrap up the week. I picked the Saints over the Cowboys because the Saints were dominant last week against Seattle and will be at home for a Sunday Night Football game. I say that Teddy Bridgewater will outduel Dak Prescott. My final score, New Orleans 37, Dallas 28. And now, time for my last pick of the week. I picked the Steelers over the Bengals. Why? Because the Steelers will be back at home and the Bengals are a mess. I predict that it'll be a tight game and the Steelers will make a last-minute touchdown to win the game. My score, Pittsburgh 34, Cincinnati 28. That does it for my Week 4 predictions. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to get the latest videos and posts I do. And also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. My account name is @DavidNader2. Thanks again for watching and hope to see you again soon.